Hello everybody, this is Adam, and we're going to be continuing on our chakra analysis series with the solar plexus chakra of Philip Defranco. Let's start off with a definition for clarification of what we're talking about. The solar plexus chakra, located between the navel and the solar plexus, is the core of our personality, our identity, and our ego. The third chakra is the center of willpower. While the sacral chakra seeks pleasure and enjoyment, the third chakra is all about the perception of who you are. The gift of this chakra is your sense of power, being confident, responsible, reliable. The third chakra is the center of your self-esteem, your willpower, self-discipline, as well as warmth in your personality. So, a couple of these things, I will say with the chakras that we have seen, this one for Mr. Defranco that I have seen is going to be the one that's going to be the most unhealthy. We'll go through the questions here in a second, but I want to talk here. With the introverted personality, it's something that is with everybody. As an artist, sometimes I have some introverted issues of my own. Something that's totally healthy. That's something that's totally normal. Nothing to take lightly. And sometimes you really got to put yourself out there, just knowing that communicating is not that challenging. I know he's an introvert. I know his wife is an introvert. But is this something really that, with at least with the audience that he has, he generally keeps himself in a good, healthy state about that. But an introverted personality is just like right out of the gate a damaged solar plexus personality. It happens. Everybody will have a chakra that's going to be off kilter from the word go, and this one is, I think, just his. Being confident, I think sometimes that confidence does not come out in him. He wears his emotions on his sleeves a lot of the time, so when he's feeling bad about something, when he's upset about something, I'm very good about seeing that in a person, even through a camera, and sometimes I can definitely see that. And there's nothing wrong with it, it's just there. It's like with self-esteem, way back in the day, there was no self-discipline from the man. He's even come out and admitted that. So, this one definitely has those. So what are the characteristics overall of an unhealthy solar plexus chakra? Does he feel constantly fatigued and lazy? No. There's definitely the energy about him. That's not where it is. Being a father of multiple children, obviously, being lazy is something that he cannot necessarily afford. Does he have a problem with overeating or overindulging? The man is very healthy. I think there has been a weight fluctuation that was pretty severe in the past due to a depression state, but he got himself back into it. Obviously, the solar plexus chakra was off kilter then. I think he was like 300 pounds at one point. I know he was fairly large, if I'm not mistaken him with somebody else, which could be the case. Does he tend to manipulate others to get what he wants? Mr. Defranco manipulating somebody is like the weirdest sentence that I think I've ever heard. So, to put it as cleanly as possible, no. It does not. He does not manipulate people intentionally. Does he frequently feel powerless or weak? Weak physically, maybe not. Powerless, maybe sometimes. I know there are some times where he feels like he wants to do more, but he just can't with certain circumstances, and I think we all have that at one point or another. It's fine, nothing wrong with it. It happens, Does he lack self-confidence in most areas of his life? I think back in the day, most certainly yes, but maybe not so much so now. Does he seek approval from others? I don't think so. I think what he just does it because he enjoys it. He has a passion for it, and people just do it. In the past, there was definitely a seeking of approval for the most part. You can most certainly tell that. Does he have an excessively inflated sense of self or a big ego? In the past, yes. I've definitely seen it. It was clear as crystal. Think he's all that in a bag of chips for the most part, but nowadays I think he's really gotten more humble. He's definitely expressed that whole self-confidence in the past, but obviously you can't, the sins of the past do not uphold the sins of today if there are any. Let's hear. Oh, there we go. Does he tend to form codependent relationships with others? No. I think other people might latch onto him, but I think he's smart enough to set those boundaries that are incredibly important with the solar plexus chakra. Does he have addictive tendencies? No. Pretty freaking clear. Does he struggle to set boundaries around other people? No. I think he's very good about doing that. In the past, there might have been some issues with that, but he has obviously done that. I'm not going to defend him, nor am I going to claim anything that he has not said, but, you know, he said that he's had those kind of boundary issues in the past. What are the characteristics of a healthy solar plexus chakra? Does he let go of criticism? Yes. Criticism is nothing. Does he see himself as good enough? Most certainly, sometimes. Sometimes he might have a lapse in that kind of, am I good enough to do this kind of thing? And in the past, it was a lot more prevalent. But yes, and so, of course somebody texts me while I'm doing a freaking show. But that's okay. No problems. Does he have self-discipline? Yes, most certainly. Does he have the capacity for self-forgiveness? Now, this is incredibly important for a solar plexus chakra. With Mr. Defranco really exposing and talking about his past discrepancies with the solar plexus chakra, maybe unknowingly, I think he has that kind of thing of forgiveness for not only himself but others around him for maybe any kind of strange mistreatment. Does he take positive lessons from difficult situations? I think there are positives that he can see there. I don't see that to be any kind of issue. Is he independent? I think he most certainly is a very independent man. Yeah, it's kind of hard to say anything more about that. And does he define himself? Does he have a defined purpose in life? Yes, I think right now he's kind of living that situation, and definitely a thing that he has come out and said that yes, he most certainly does. So what are my overall thoughts about Philip Defranco's solar plexus chakra? I'm going to give it probably the more balanced one. It is healthy, but there are very, very, very dark, unhealthy characteristics that he has faced in the past, even on camera, and has admitted to. It happens. Don't worry. It's just kind of that personality trait. Maybe we'll do like a thing about personalities and how they line up with chakras, that kind of fun stuff. And it's really cool to think. Some solutions that maybe even Mr. Defranco or anybody who has issues with the healthy or unhealthy characteristics that we went through, the solutions to help that. Break out of routine and take a risk, which is a great one. I love doing that. Cut ties with critical and negative people. It's pretty obvious. Explore the biggest source of resistance in your life, even if it's yourself. Because as soon as you can kind of laser focus on what is important and why you are kind of hindering yourself, you can really grow as an individual. Eat more, like beans and cumin and rice and oats, just because that yellow color is something that is great for that kind of self-satisfaction. Get out in the sun more. Really kind of enjoy that sun. Go sunbathing, all that fun stuff. Release any anger that's stored inside. For me personally, I love to go and work out. I do it in the morning, and it feels great. It really, really helps with everything, and it's really good for the body. But Obviously, don't beat up anybody or anything like that. Could take MMA classes. Those are a lot of fun. I do that every now and then. Stop seeing yourself as the victim. Take more herbs such as rosemary and lemongrass, which is awesome. I love lemongrass. Repeat affirmations and laugh at yourself. Sometimes you make silly mistakes, and mistakes are good, especially if you are a person enough to admit that you make mistakes. And I do want to thank you all for listening to this. If you enjoyed it, remember to like the video, subscribe to this channel, share it with your friends, check out all the links in the description below, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.